my content like Nuda, you know, the old fucking videos with the fucking weird intros where you had the fucking BTS one. But the problem is the old Nuda content, Nuda was fat. And in the past 10 months, I've lost 30 pounds, so this isn't gonna work. And then something happened, and now I'm just kind of fucking on crack and doing dumb shit. I don't know. Before I start this video, I gotta show you something. This is RM, okay? He's the first BTS Funko Pop I got. As you can tell, I've opened this one. Got blue hair and a nice little floral shirt. Oh no, it's stars. It's stars, on God. I didn't realize that at first. And they're also gonna sit in the background. Next, we got Jin. It's pointing off in that direction. With a funky ass bowl cut. I don't know how well you can see. With a funky ass bowl cut, on God. We got, I still don't know if it's Sugar or Suga or whatever the fuck it is, but we got this one. He's also pointing off in that direction. I kind of prefer his hair, not gonna lie. We got J-Hope. He's the most recent one I just got. Finally finished this collection, allowed me to do this video. On the topic of J-Hope, Stream Arson. This is my Lord and Savior Jimin. He's pointing out, but he's not pointing up. He's kind of pointing down. He's pointing like, and not like this, like that. So he's dripping. Okay, got the nice hair and the green jacket with a little bit of red. The red interior, the jacket, the inside of the jacket's red. This man's Christmas. We got V or 5 or I don't know. He's like 11, but with hair. He's wearing a nice vest, a green vest with green pants. All right. He's kind of got the same hair as Jimin, just more parted in the middle. All right. And last but not least, we got Jungkook. Ooh, I love me my Jungkook. He's dripping. He's touching his balls. Yeah. So I'm gonna put these in the background, but that's not the last part. So, now, in order to finish the background for this video, I need to show you guys my friend. So, this is Cherise. She's a 10-inch python. Alright. I call her the Obliterator. Yep. And while the BTS boys are sitting back there, this bad boy is gonna sit right here. Alright, so while this starts, I should just get this out of the way. This is clickbait. I'm not gay. I am gay if a girl flirts with me, but other than that, I'm not gay. Yeah, that's literally what it says right now. Just say random stuff. So I'm gonna play this first game, and I'm gonna talk about the first topic. Also, it's like 10 in the morning. I woke up at 6. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna stay up at 6. And I fell back asleep, and I woke up at 9 to a coworker calling me, asking me if I could work. Let them go. I feel like it's this one. Oh God, I am so smart. I didn't even have to jump at it. Watch, it's this one right here. I'm getting pushed. I've seen so many people with these fucking glizzy skins. They're like so tall. Alright, at least I might make... Oh, that would have been it. That would have been it. Top 3. Top 3. Okay, well, it was like top 10. Anyways, so, to start this video, we have to go back. Let's see what fucking year. It's 2021. July 2021. We have to go back nearly 3 years to the good old days of my last year in high school. And I think I've somewhat explained this, but some random fucking weirdo at my school made a dating Instagram profile. Like fucking Tinder, but you just give the description of someone. And then people from the school just fucking dox them and just fucking put them in the comment. And around the end of October, I got put on there. I was told by my friends, then friends Taryn and Maddie. And then the next day, my friend Matt fucking is like, did they find you? Did they find you? I'm like, no. And he's like, I'm gonna tag you. And then he fucking tagged me. And then that night, she fucking I don't fucking know, followed me. Alright. And then we talked, and she's like, yeah, that was me. And I'm like, well, shit, this is fucking weird. And then, you know, we go through like months, and, you know, we're going through like a fucking that shit happened. Throughout like all November, she had a boyfriend. And then for like 2 weeks, she didn't. And then she told me in those 2 weeks, she used like 3 boxes of condoms. So I'm like, all right, this is a slut. But I didn't say it because, you know, we don't say that mostly because she was like 15. It's like, you don't want to, you don't say that. Nah, that's not right. Shit. How did that, okay, I don't understand my luck. So the same way that I met her through that fucking account, she uses it to find another guy, and I'm like, alright, I've been played like a fiddle, and this fiddle sounds extremely funny. Shit, am I gonna make it? I don't know, this is the one I had trouble with yesterday on stream. Okay, I did it. Yeah, and then, you know, shit happens, you know, go blue, 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 blue. And then I just get fucked over, right? Now, honestly, I should be a good judge of character. Like, bro, I was sexually assaulted 2 times within the same, like, year, I'm pretty sure. I should say this, because it's gonna be weird on why I don't know the year. The first time was right before around March break. That I actually mentioned what March break is if you don't know. Of my grade 10 year, right? It happened. And then the year doesn't switch over till June, right? So that until January. I don't know why I said June. So then the second time was in December of that same year. I was in grade 11. So the reason why I was fucked up on the years is because I graduated 2020, right? So that was 2020, 2019. Year before was 2019, 2018, and then my grade 10 year was 2018, 2017. So that's why I was thinking 2017. It was actually 2018. So it was March 2018 and December 2018. I just kind of got fucked up. I just need to explain that. It's like fucking March 2017. Yeah, March 2017. Was it? I think it was either no. I think it was 2017, right? March 20. It's either 2017 or it was either March. It was 2017 or 2018. I can't fully remember, but it was March 20 something, and then December 20 something by the same person, my same friend. So it was like I should be a good judge of character, and I'm not. So I was just fucking stupid. Honestly, I'm like, the brain don't work. The brain keeps getting yourself fucked over. So that shit happens, right? It was in the fucking end of December, right? So like so between end of December and where the story kicks back up in March, they were dating, and then like at the end of February they broke up, and I was like, all right, it's time. And I just messaged her and I'm like, hello, and all this shit, and then we're like talking for a bit, and then because I accused her of something, right? Because I mean, who fucking went? You're fucking, you've been led astray, run amok, absolutely bamboozled, on God. I'm gonna get fucked over right here. Alright, no. So I was just like, alright, so I'm pretty sure everything she fucking told me was a lie. I'm not gonna get into everything that she told me, but I'm pretty sure it was all pretty much a lie. So it was just... Anyways, so I fucking messaged her. It was like the first week of March. I'm like, you know, I apologize for the shit I said. She then told me that on like New Year's Eve she tried to kill herself, and she never apologized for what the fuck happened. So I don't think that actually happened. But yeah, so then I think she dated a guy and then cheated on him, and then dated a girl, and they just broke up, and she currently has a boyfriend, and you know, it's either gonna break up or she's gonna cheat. I don't know. But all I know is that she was like 17, she dropped out of high school and moved to the city. So I think I'm doing better personally. I have a job. I just kind of fuck around on the internet, do dumb shit, and they don't check and like fucking get me, like fire me for the dumb shit I do. So I'm like, so it's something. We can kind of... Oh shit, I got dick and balled. I got dick and balled again. That was easy. So I'm just kind of vibing, doing my thing. I painted my nails, if you didn't know. They're all black and shit. Yes, that was like March 2020. That's where this story ends. And now we have to forward to March 2022. Specifically, bro, we're on the ocean. Specifically during March break. You know what March break is? It's like fucking spring break in the fucking States, but it's March break. It's like the second week in Canada of March, and you just get like an entire week off school, right? So I was working, I was bebopping and bullshitting. It was like a Tuesday, I think. And I'm doing my thing. I serve food, right? All right, I have to focus on this. Because literally played this last night. Ruby fucked me over. But he's a good guy. In theory.
Well, Ruby, you really need to be careful where you throw that, because you.
I'm not getting fucked over by Ruby again. Even though Ruby's not here. Oh god, she's probably here in like Spirit or something. Shit! Oh fuck, I'm dumb as shit. I'm working, I'm doing my thing, I'm serving food, like you know what I have to do, right? And there's this new girl there. I don't know who this girl is, I've never met her in my life. She kind of looked familiar, I will say that. A lot of the girls that I work with there, the new ones that come in, they look familiar. And it's just because they were in my high school when I worked with them, before I worked with them. So that's why they look familiar. This girl, she looked familiar, but I was like, I don't think I went to school with her. Why does she look familiar? So we get to dinner, right? I'm fucking doing dinner. I finish it, right? I'm sitting there getting ready to go downstairs. I'm kind of cleaning up a bit, right? And then she's just standing there menacingly, right? And if you know me, I'm scared of women. Bro, that's tough, on God. So also then, you know, she's just there and she just fucking talks. So I'm fucking quiet, right? Like, so I don't talk to new people because I just say dumb shit and I don't want to get myself canceled. I don't really care about it, but it's the thought that counts, right? Anyways, so I'm just like, I'm just not talking. She's like, you don't talk much. I'm like, no, not really. And she's like, you should talk more. I'm like, no, not really. And then at one point she calls me, she's like, it's very uncomfortable being antisocial, or something like that. So it was something along the lines of me being antisocial. And I was like, well, that hurts. I'm like, I'm not really. But that hurts. So I have to get downstairs. I have to like go bring my food down so we can like do what we need to do with it. As she's just still there, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna run away, not because I'm scared, because I got shit to do. In reality, I was scared, because this is like the third girl I've met that is taller than, or at least as tall as me, right? So I'm like, oh, like I'm like, tall women scary. I'm like, tall women scary. It's a time. Anyways, I go down, I come up, right, and she then comes back. I'm like back upstairs, like doing dishes, right? She comes back, and then she's just kind of there, and then she leaves, and then she comes back. She had to do something else there, and then I'm like, all right, it's 2 o'clock. I have to go on break, so I go on break, right? And I'm like, all right, I don't think she's like, she keeps like noticing me or looking at me or something like that. Oh shit, I think this is over for your boy. I'm actually gonna get fucked over. It's not coming down. You're joking. Oh my god, I'm getting dicked. I'm fucked. I'm literally in last. This is not good. Unless I can somehow fix this up. I don't know. That's it. This is game. Is this game? Oh! So yeah, I go on my break. I'm out of there. I'm like, all right. I go on Twitter, put one of my earbuds, right? I'm listening to someone do a cover of Anal Beads by Filthy Frank. And then I have one hit, right? I have one in, right? I'm listening to that shit. I'm fucking trying not to laugh. I don't know. The song's just funny. And then from behind me, I just hear, funny seeing you here. I'm like, have I been tracked down? I look back and it's the girl. I'm like, shit. Right? So then we're talking. Right, we're going like blah 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 blah. She tells me her name. I'm not gonna say it, cause like why not? There's a spider on my ceiling, or why would I? That's actually the better thing. Anyways, right, we're talking about some shit. Oh, she's like, I'm like, I have to like message my friend to figure this out. 'Cause I want to go down to Indiana in December and meet Work 3 and all them, but that might not happen. I don't know. I'm hoping it does. We're gonna have a boxing match with Kevin. So then she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to Quebec with my friend on a My Chemical Romance concert. I'm like, oh god, that sounds familiar. And she's like, she's bringing a girl that I don't like. Her name's Miranda. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I feel like I know who you're talking about. She's like, oh, and I was just like, and I can say this because I mean, why wouldn't I? I was like, you're talking about Dakota, aren't you? I'm like, she's like, it's like, how do you know? I'm like, well, it's funny because I've seen her post that she's going to a My Chemical Romance concert in August on her Snapchat. And she's just like, wait, so then you've probably seen me. And I'm like, and then I clue in, I'm like, this is why she looks familiar. Because she's friends with Dakota. And the thing about Dakota is, I've known her since I was 5. I'm not Mexican, drop the wall. dick and balls. Oh shit, I'm speed demon. All right. She's like, this is just weird. Can I send a photo of you to her? I'm like, sure. So then she like takes out her phone, go take a photo of me. I just kind of give a thumbs up. I'm looking like, anytime someone wants to take a photo of me, I either flip off the camera, give a thumbs up, or just look like utterly just either displeased or scared. I'm like that or something. I don't know. She sends the photo, and like 2 minutes later, Dakota sends me a snap. I'm like, all right. She's like, you're stealing my best friend now, aren't you? I'm like, monkey. And she just sends me another snap, and I just respond, monkey. I'm like, because, you know, I'm kind of retarded. I blame Zach for the monkey thing. It's like a tick, and he just gave it to me. It's an Asian diff. Anyways, that was like fucking March, right? So this girl gets me at her on Snapchat because I have to send her something, right, for work. And then I just don't. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it when I get off work. And I forgot about it. And she snaps me. I tell her when I get off, right? I get home usually around 7. She's like, she snaps me randomly. She's like, Dylan, are you going to send me the thing? I'm like, big man, give me a minute. And I send it to her. And then she sends me a snap. And I just leave her on red, right? So, yeah. Anyways, so from that day, like, me and Dakota were just kind of talking. Like, I mean, like, we really hadn't talked since, like, grade 9. And I was, like, 14, 13 at the time, and now I'm 19, so been a minute. Like Peso Pete said, you could end up dead in a minute. So it's, then he also said styrofoam cup with a muck all bit. No, wait, that's Shofu.
Fuck with the team and I start taking shots at my nigga. I don't really drink, you can end up dead in a minute. Styrofoam cup got a muck all up in it. Pepper like a icy wind slow when I'm spitting photos. When I'm sending my old hoes, when you winning, I just go when I get it.
Anyways, so we're talking, right? You know, like 2 days later, I'm at work, and then, you know, I see the girl again, right? And she's like, thank you for leaving me on red. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I'm kind of retarded, right? And then one of the other girls, she's older, she looks at me, she's like, do you know her? I was like, yeah, we met a couple days ago. And she was like, she's like, I'm like, yeah, she's here doing her co-op for school. She's like, I'm like, yeah, it's weird. Cause right, I think she's 17, right? I'm 19, so it's I don't really like having friends younger than me, cause something happened. Like, I was called a fucking pedophile in grade 9 once on the bus, and then people around the school just started calling me it. So I'm kind of like, woo, fucked up, right? I'm like, either stuff I don't like, right? Anyways, so then we're talking for like a month, right? And then she's like, yeah, we should go hang out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not against this, right? So then like one Friday, I'm like, after work, I was gonna be like, hey, we can go for a walk, right? We're talking on that Thursday, right? And then next thing you know, she's just fucking sends me a snap or a message, and it's just a positive COVID test. I'm like, well, this ruins the plan. So that's good. We are schmooving on God. And then like the first day she gets out of like having to not do anything because she has COVID, she's like, hey, do you want to go out? I'm like, sure, why not? And that was like sometime in April, I think it's like early April, right? Cherise. So yeah, so then we just hang out sometimes between like that point and the beginning of May, right? And then on May 7th, I know the dates very well because it's very fresh. On May 7th, you know, she's like, I'll pick you up at work, we can hang out. I'm like, all right. She's like, I'm with my friend, so she's gonna be with me. I'm like, all right, doesn't bother me, right? And then she's like, and then we go and we just go through the fucking, so it's just 3 of us, right? Me, her, and her friend. And we just go through the cemetery. We're looking for the oldest gravestones there, and we find it's like, I think 1850 or something, right? So it's whoever that person was has been going for a minute, but they're dead now. And then we decide to go to the playground that's like a couple minutes of a walk away, right? And we go there, and then we're fucking around. We're on the swings, shitting around, just everything. And then we leave, right? So I get off at 6:30, so that was at like 7 o'clock was when we started hanging out, right? And then we dispersed with her friend at like 9:30. And I'm like, all right, what are we doing now? I'm like, am I going home or what? And then we just start driving around just the general area that we live in. So we're doing that. Right, that's happening. And then, you know, we were gonna go down to the beach and just like talk and just do shit, like, right? Because I mean, why not? It's the beach. It's like, it's all wet and nice and on God and just everything like it. And then we get to the beach and there's someone there and we're just like, well, fuck. I guess I won. Oh, it's stupid Olivia. So then she comes back, right? And then we're just sitting in her car. We're watching TikTok. I'm like trying not to fall asleep. I look down at my watch. It's 1 a.m. I'm like, well. I was like, this has been going on for a minute. And she takes me home. right? And I'm like, well, it's, you know, 1 a.m. What could go wrong? And I give her a hug, right? Because, you know, it's a normal thing to do. I mean, I don't like being touched, but I'm comfortable around her. I'm not even comfortable around my parents, honestly. Oh, God, I'm getting money. And then the next day, I'm in fucking call with FRFX. I'm like, no, I'm in call with Org 3, right? I think it was me, Weeb, and Kuko, right? It was me, Weeb, Kuko, and Chankla, Kevin. We're all just in call, right? And then it's like 7 o'clock. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just like hanging out with my friend. She's like, well, talking to my friend. She's like, all right, I have something I need to tell you. And she's like, do you want to hang out? And I was like, she's like, I'm with my friend right now. I'm with the girl right now. She's like, do you want to hang out? I'm like, well, you're with her. So I'm like, you should kind of still hang out with her. You don't just ditch her just for me. She's like, oh, well, she has school tomorrow. I was like, I have to leave her. So I have to drop off. She drops her off at like 8, comes to pick me up, right? We then go to this dock. I'm going to get a photo of it. It's like this little area. It's called Shipyard's Landing where we live. And we're going there, and we're just kind of fucking around there for a bit, right? And then we go and we sit on the grass next to the river, right? And I'm like, well, you know, it's relatively safe to go sit on the rocks right along the edge. And that's what we do. And we go down to the rocks, right? We're sitting on the rocks. We're watching TikToks, right? And then I asked her once, I was like, so what was really important that you need to tell me? And she's just like, she looks at me, she's gonna joke, she's like, I'm gay. I'm like, well, shit. That's not good. I knew it was a joke, right? And like, I don't know, a little while later, I asked her again, so you're gonna tell me the important thing you need to tell me, right? Because I knew exactly what it was. I knew. And I was like, and she was just like, no. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna ask her again at some point. And if she says no, then I'm gonna ask her what she wants to ask me, but in my way. So, right, I'm getting ready to like ask her for the 3rd time what she wanted to tell me. And she's just in there, right? You know, she's like kind of talking about her hands are cold, so I like put her hands in my pockets, right? Because I mean, like, bro, your hands are cold, right? And she's there, and she's just shaking. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is happening, right? And she's just there, and she's like, Dylan. I'm like, Dakota. And she's like, do you want to be my boyfriend? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'd love to, right? Because I mean, you know, what do you say? Like, do you want to say, well, I got court in the morning, and my dad keeps giving me pink eye. So yeah, so that's how I got my first girlfriend. And then, you know, we're like there for like another like a little bit, and she's like, all right, to avoid being 1 a.m. like last time, we'll take you home. I'm gonna take you home. She's like, all right. Right, we get home, right? I'm in the car, right? I give her a hug, right? Like, you know, as it usually is, right? And I'm about to get out of the car, right? And I look back at her, right? Because I mean, like, why wouldn't you? And then she just kind of grabs me, and then, you know, I have my first kiss, right? So we're schmoovin'. Anyways, so that's the end of that part of the story. We dated for 2 months, and then last Tuesday, which unironically today's Tuesday when I'm recording this, so literally a week ago, if you've seen the streams of just, you know, where I've just had in the title like, oh, day blank of being broken up, playing Minecraft or playing Fall Guys or some shit, right? Anyways, I was hoping that was gonna boost me. Yeah. And then I'm not gonna get into like specifics, but last Tuesday we broke up. It's like pretty early. I don't know what I want to do. I might like either like go back to bed or go back to crying. This game is my 13th reason. So I found out Kuko was playing Fall Guys with other people last night, and it fucking broke my heart. I'm like, dude, what were we? We played Fall Guys. Who were you playing with last night? You betrayed me, 'cause I know that you'll never feel so